Hey, what's up, guys? This is Nick, and today I want to talk about fake healthy people and why I think social media is messing up people's brain, especially the elderly. So I am a babysitter. That's one of my job. I take care of this family that has three children with autism. And the reason that I feel like this family is so fake with their health is because of their mom pretty much, you know? Like, think about this, okay? She got mad at me today because I allowed her kid to try Slurpee from 7-Eleven. And she got mad at me for that because she feels like, oh, why are you giving my children, Slurpee? It has sugar, it's bad for their health, stuff like that. But at the same time, think about this guy. She allows them to consume frozen chimichanga, frozen pizza, hot dog, spam, bacon. She deep fried them dino nuggets. She lets them drink Fanta. She lets them drink Canada Dry. She lets them eat gummy, candies, and ice cream. And every time they eat ice cream, I have to include chocolate syrup and sprinkle. But she got mad at me today because I gave them Slurpee. Just think about it, guys. And you know what's weird about this mom? Her kids likes instant noodle. And every time I made them instant noodle, she requires me to chop broccoli and add frozen vegetable, which are peas and carrot. And I add corn on us, and she used a can of corn to add it in there. Like, it's just too much, man, with all this fake healthy shit. Like, there's time that she doesn't have vegetable and her kids wants to eat ramen and she tell them no because we don't have vegetable. You see what I mean? Like, it's stupid. And the mom, she's so manipulated. Like, every time, like, there were many times that her kid asked for ramen and she said, no, don't eat that because it's unhealthy, right? But then when the vegetable are kind of old and it's about to expired, that's when she tried to manipulate her kids and be like, hey, why don't you guys eat ramen today? Because it's healthy, it has vegetable. And you guys have to understand that this mom, in my opinion, she's really abusing them mentally because she traumatized them a lot. And she gives them false information that makes them confused. Like the instant noodle, for example. One day it's healthy, one day it's not healthy. So their kids is like now, like, what's going on, mom? And like I said, her kids have autism and they take it very seriously. They're so confused now. Like, what's funny? Like, she traumatized them in front of me many times. Like, there was one time that she prepared fruit for them. And then the son said, I don't want to eat fruit. And then she was like, if you don't eat this fruit, you're going to die. You're going to turn into zombie. So eat up. And then, of course, he got scared. He had to eat it. Like, do you guys think that's the right way to teach your kids, man? That is so wrong. And she just like too much when it comes to healthy. And the sad part is that the mom is fat. She's not even healthy herself. And you know what? And here's my another complaint with this mom. Every Friday night and Saturday night, right? The next day that there's no school, she lets them go to bed around 2, 3 a.m., even 4 a.m. And guess what? These are elementary children. Like, that's just sad. I'm a babysitter, okay? I go to their house on Saturday around 2, 3 p.m. They're not even awake yet, or they barely woke up. And the sad part is that the middle child and the youngest child, they're so skinny. They're skinny not because the mom keeps them healthy. You know why they're skinny? They're skinny because the mom sleeps in. She woke up extremely late and she's always on her phone and she takes forever to cook a meal. So basically her kids pretty much starve all day. By the time she makes a meal, it's like very late. So she had to understand that your kids are skinny in shape not because they're healthy, it's because you starve them. I go to their house 5 days a week. Okay, I know what's going on 'cause I've seen it all. And by the way, she allowed her kids to eat Jack in the Box. burger, chicken tender. Same thing with McDonald's. But then she got mad at me today because I gave them Slurpee, which has way less sugar than fucking soda, like Fanta Canada Dry. Because Slurpee has ice, so it's gonna dilute a lot of sugar, you know? And like, when I work with this family, I admit they're very easygoing, but it's just that, like, I'm just sick of when the mom dictates me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she tried to talk like I'm stupid, like I don't know my job when I do know my freaking jobs. And the sad about this mom is that she has mental problems. She has brain cancer, she get anxiety and all that stuff. She even cut herself and all that stuff. And it's just crazy to work with this family. Honestly, like, sometimes I don't want to take it personal because the kids, all kids, like I said, the kids have autism. My son has autism, but I discipline my sons better than her. She's so spoiled. She's really spoiled. Like, there's one time that her oldest son got mad because his bike broke down and the bike was new. And then when he snapped, I kind of yelled at him and be like, bro, like, your dad worked hard to buy you this bike. Why are you destroying it? And then when I go home, I told the mom that, like, hey, your son is mad because the bike broke down and then he wasn't happy. And then when she asked him, like, why are you sad? Why you got mad? And then he said that, oh, because the bike is fucking old. And then, but the bike isn't old. The bike is new. And instead of the mom telling him that, like, no, the bike is not, oh, I just bought it. Instead, she played along with him and she was like, yeah, you know what? It is. Oh, I'm buying you a new one. That's how she is, man. And I just can't stand this mom because she's really spoiled. She spoiled them so much. And to the point that, like, now they don't know what is right and what is wrong. I gave her a warning. I said that, like, if your older son keep acting like this when he go to middle school, he's gonna get beat up. And guess what? Within the first month of school, I heard he already got punched in the face by a kid because his mouth, because he snap whenever the fuck he wants. He yell whenever he want, and he doesn't realize that, like, you know what? This doesn't work anywhere else but your home. And another reason why I say that, like, social media is fucking up with people's head is because, you know what's funny? The mom doesn't allow her kid to use deodorant for your armpit because she claims that it has chemical and it can cause cancer. Isn't that crazy? She thinks that it has cancer. I've been using deodorant since I was fucking middle school. Now I'm 40 years old. I never got cancer. And I don't even use organic vegan stuff. I just use whatever's available. I use any freaking brand. And you know what's funny? Like I said, the mom tried to be health conscious in a stupid way. Think about this. She doesn't allow her kids to eat the skin from an apple. And then when I asked her why, she said it's because of chemical. You know how when in the farm, like, they spray chemical on it. So she doesn't want her kids to eat that. And I'm thinking, like, really? Like, are you that dumb? But at the same time, she won't buy organic stuff. So when I peel an apple for her kid, I have to take off the skin because the mom doesn't allow to eat the skin. Isn't that funny? But guess what? She also gave them broccoli, non-organic, right? Carrots, non-organic. Berries, not organic. So my question is, how are you gonna peel the skin off? Because those fruit doesn't have fucking skin. So how come she's fine giving them berries, berries, and, like, broccoli? She's fine with giving them that. But then when it comes to apple, I have to peel the skin because of the spray. You don't think that they spray, like, berries? You don't think they spray carrot? You don't think they spray broccoli? This lady is crazy, man. Like, she's really insane. And it just sucks that I can't say anything because I'm just a worker. But it's just that she's so stupid. And the thing about her is that, like, I'm a fitness guy. I try to eat healthy as much as I can. I exercise a lot. And she tries to argue with me about health and fitness. Isn't that funny? She's fatter than me, way fatter, and she's almost 50. This mom is just crazy, man. And I'm telling you, like her and her husband, they're old people. So like when they see false information on social media, they believe it. You know, they believe it and they think that it's real. I just don't understand why she thinks that deodorant has cancer. I don't get it. I don't understand this lady at all. She tried to be all like careful with all this freaking chemical, but in the end, none of her shit in her home is organic. She tried to be all healthy, 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 but every time she go to Costco, she she has to make sure that she gets frozen pizza, frozen chimichanga, and hot dogs. You know what's funny? One time, her son asked me to make him a hot dog. And then and then she told me that like don't make too much hot dog because hot dogs are unhealthy, and I'm like then why do you bought hot dog from Costco then? She's like, oh, because my kid likes hot dog in spaghetti. So when I use a hot dog to make a hot dog in a bun, she doesn't want it to eat that much because it's unhealthy, but it's fine for her to use that same freaking hot dog in her spaghetti. See what I mean? I don't know what to say about these crazy women. You know? It's just ridiculous, man. How she is. And you know what's even funnier? She tries to be all vegetable with her kid. They have to eat vegetable every single meal. But then when they eat a burger, she removed all the vegetable from the burger because she feels like those are junk vegetable. She's so confident with broccoli. You want to know how confident she is with broccoli? She's so in love with broccoli and to the point that like she's willing to give her kid those teriyaki bowl from Jack in the Box because it comes with broccoli, and her son and both her kid, her middle son and her daughter, they don't like the beef in the Jack in the Box teriyaki bowl. So she removed the beef and she just gave them that rice and broccoli from Jack in the Box, and she feels like and she think that it's enough nutrients. And then when I asked her, I questioned her that like, okay, I'm not saying broccoli is bad for you. I know broccoli is hella good for you. It has protein, has all these vitamins. But I asked her that like, but are you sure that your kids consume enough broccoli to get the nutrients that their body needs? And she was like, yes, I do believe it because broccoli has so much nutrient. You don't need to eat that much. And I feel like, yeah, but from Jack in the Box though? Come on, lady. I don't know, man. It's just insane with this freaking mom. She has her own belief and I can't change it. So yeah. I just want you guys to know that if you guys are looking to be a babysitter for any family, just be prepared about some craziness. So yeah. Good luck.